This is a quick tutorial on how to use this web app for making outline maps. Can be made anywhere from the world scale down to your local neighborhood. And it's a great way to create outline maps for students to use. And it's also a great way because you will be able to use this app with your students where they can create their own maps. So the purpose of this video is very quickly just to get you familiar with the options that are available to you when you're creating maps. On the left-hand side, there are 4 icons. The first one is just basically information about the app and what it's capable of doing. The one at the bottom is a list of the layers that can be turned on and off. So I'm just going to quickly demonstrate that. The map obviously doesn't show state boundaries. So if I click on this, the state boundaries are going to be added to the map. I can add county boundaries. They aren't visible at this level. I can add the provinces and territories of Canada. And then if I would like to, I can have place names added to the map. So what I'm going to do right now is just kind of zoom in so we can see the effects of what we've done. So I'm going to zoom in towards Minnesota here. And as we get closer, we get to this level and the counties appear. And we'll just kind of continue to zoom in. I'm going to actually, at this point, show a simple way to zoom in. If I want to go to my own neighborhood, I just simply type in my address over here. And it now zooms directly into my neighborhood. It puts a dot on my house. I click this information pop up. And if I go back up to here and delete the search, then the dot is removed from my house. Now, how far can I zoom in? You can literally zoom in if you wanted to and have a student make a map of their house and lot where they live. As we click the zoom out, we can see the street names are included. And if I want to remove the street names, I go to the human geography label and I click it off, and then the street names are removed. So I'm going to have those removed right now. And as I continue to zoom out at this level, if I wanted to, this is the neighborhood where I live. I could, if I wanted to now, I could take a drawing tool and I'm going to pick this one right here. And I'm going to pick this color right here. And I'm going to draw a boundary around what I consider to be my actual neighborhood. And if I'm done that now, as I zoom out, you can see it's actually locked to the map and it continues to hold its shape as I zoom out. If I want to remove that, I go back to the draw tool, scroll down on the side here to clear it. So that is removed. And you can see as I continue to zoom out, the detail begins to disappear. I can, if I want to, again, I can turn the place names back on so different places show up. So I have all these options. So let's assume, just for the sake of it, we want to make a map of the town that I live in. So I'm going to make a map of Bloomington. So I'm going to move here. I'm going to zoom in one more level. There's Bloomington. And I'm going to have the place names included. You'll see that over the top of Bloomington, the name Bloomington appears actually twice, one on top of the other. There's nothing you can do about that. But let's say, okay, now this is what I want to make for my map. So I am ready. So I go to the print option. And the first thing I want to do is give this map a title. So I'm just going to call it Bloomington, Minnesota. Now I've got two choices. I can go with a landscape view, or I could go with a portrait view. And based on what the map looks like, I want it wider rather than longer north to south. So I'm going to go with the landscape view. And at this point, I click here. There are two options, map scale and map extent. So I'm going to go with this one with map extent, meaning it's going to show me a little bit larger area and you can experiment with this. And I can put my name here since I'm the author of the map. And at this point, I just click print. And what's nice about this is it'll print you a PDF copy of the map. And the best part is you can, once it's printed, it's taking a few moments here to get printed. I'll be able to click on it, take a look at it. If I'm satisfied that everything is included, I look here all the way from the eastern to the western side of Bloomington appears to be here. And if I scroll down, it includes the Minnesota River. So I'm going, okay, this is exactly what I want to show. It's got a title, Bloomington, Minnesota. So over here, it gives me the opportunity to download it as a PDF file. And so at this point, you're obviously going to want to change the name. So I'm going to say this is Bloomington, Minnesota. And I have a choice here of where I want to put. I'm just going to put this one on the desktop because we'll take a look at it. So now that I've done that, I have my map. I can click this one shut. I can go back over here. I can clear this off because I got the map that I wanted. And I'm going to put this down here and I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to find the Bloomington map. I'm going to open it up as a PDF file. And there you have it. So at this point, this is a map of Bloomington that I could print out. It could be a map of my neighborhood. It could be a map of literally any place in the world. So I'm going to go back to the web app one more time and then just show you some other things that you can do with the layers. So right now I've got the human geography label. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to turn off the outline. And now I have got this layer, which is a topographic layer. I could actually do the same thing here. And if you're not planning to print it out, you could obviously use it as a PDF file. I've included another layer called Open Streets, which is a great layer. And as you zoom in, you get a lot of detail. I taught at Olson Middle School, which is right here. So if I zoom into that area, we will see detail show up on the map. So that's kind of an interesting thing you can do. And the other thing is I've included a world imagery layer. So if you wanted to see the school as imagery, so you've got that option as well. So I'm going to stop here. I think that gives you enough basic information on how to use the app to create a map, whether it's an outline map. And if I click the home button, it'll take me back to the view here. And at this point, I can turn off So hopefully that was helpful and gives you some idea on how to use the app to create your own outline maps for literally any place in the world.